Hey, so January 17th, and just checking in on a few of my recent predictions. Humana, as you can see, has jumped $14 from its low in the last few days or into last week. So I think that's got room to move. It's coming out with earnings, I believe, on February 5th. Scroll down, yeah, 2.5. So we've got earnings coming out then. They should be fine. I mean, I don't think they're going to be exceptional. It's not a growth stock, but I think they're going to meet or exceed expectations. And you should see that continue to pop a little bit. So I think there's room for that to get up to 480 to 500 in the next couple of weeks. Um, so that's a good thing. You have seen Consolidated Edison. This is a stock that I love that moves probably $1 to $3 on a regular basis, and it was up in the 94s recently. So if you look here, just in the one day, it was at 91 and a half. It's dropped down into the low 90s right now. If you look at the 5-day chart, it was as high as 93.70 within the last 5 days. Um, I believe that it too, which I believe reports in February, February 15th, so about a month out, it is going to probably move into the 93, 94 range again. Now, it may drop into the 89s. If it drops into the $89 range, it's definitely an attractive purchase, in my opinion. Price earnings is reasonable, and the dividend is 3.5%. So, either way, if you have to hold that for a little while, it's a utility. I don't think you're going to have any significant problems there. One of my faves, again, I don't understand. Most folks are puzzled by what's going on with crude right now with all of the turmoil in the Red Sea and the diversion of boats and such, and then the freezing weather in North America causing some production issues. VHLO is off and down at 27.16. It dropped, I think, as low as 23-ish, $24 last week. It is a steal at this price, in my opinion. It's 8 days out from earnings. The earnings are going to be reasonable. I don't think, again, they're going to be like rock star earnings, but these guys are making a lot of money. They're generating a lot of free cash flow. A lot of folks, a lot of billionaires own this stock. I truly believe it's got room to get into the 140, 145 range. Certainly this year, if not in the first quarter. Again, depending on a number of factors, but I think that we're going to see that happen. And at 127, this is an attractive purchase. The other one that's attractive in here is Canadian, and that is Cenovus Energy, CVE. Anywhere in the low 20s. I think this thing is a steal. And I picked some up the other day, I think yesterday, for $20.45. So I'm off a little bit, but not a huge concern. I think this is going to come back up into that $24, $25 range within the next 2 to 3 months. And that will be a remarkable return if that happens. It also has a decent dividend. So you've got a 2.71% dividend. It's not super awesome, but I mean, if you have to sit on it for a little while, at least you're going to get that. And the price earnings under 10 times. So I think you're looking good there. Other ones that I was in and out of today, Google. Google down here dropped down into the 140s, and I picked it up in just low 141s and sold it a little later after that. Made some money on that. So I love Google, especially if it dips below 140. It's got earnings coming up as well in the next few weeks, and always a strong stock and a good long-term buy if you're looking for something there. JP Morgan had the best results so far out of all the banks, and it's off of its highs of the mid 170s. It's slowly making its way back. Other banks have had semi-good results, like Goldman, and they're off as well. Tomorrow, MTB announces results, and I just picked up some MTB today. I think it's a steal at 129. I think it has the ability to go into the 140s. It's a really strong U.S. regional bank, M&T Bank, out of Buffalo. And that's one that I'm a big believer in. It also has a decent dividend. So if we look at the dividend here, yeah, it's almost 4%. So very strong dividend. They're generating cash. Banks aren't in favor right now, especially regionals after the collapse last March of Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank. But this is a strong bank and it has a lot of positive prospects.